5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban.
Okay guys, so it's the Procasters, it's Newbee picked the Faceless Void and banned the Batrider and Row Rangers, and Wade picked the Wings, picked the Elder Titan and Shadow Demon, and banned for the Lion and the Life Stealer. Void is a good pick for new meta game for the Chronosphere and the Manta style.
5 seconds
And Shadow Demon and Wings.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Beyond Summit coverage of the NYC NanYang Championship. I'm Luminous, and you guys are joining me for Game 2 of Wings versus Newbee. We got Merlini on the line as well, and Game 1 is in the book. Off the back of some amazing Chuan Dazzle plays, that Grave really helped out towards the end. Looks like Game 2 is on the way here. The exact same draft, exact same opening. I guess, particularly for Wings, they felt like, at least so far, the heroes were fine. Maybe the last pick of the Necrofalls did not work out. But Ben, what do you think about going back to doing the same thing?
I think those two were completely okay. So it's not really
10 seconds remaining.
not really the same draft if those two supports are the same.
Right.
5 seconds remaining.
Doesn't really way too much for me. They won with it, despite
Reserve time.
being some counters. I would probably like to see a Dazzle or a better counter to the Great. Necropos was not that great. I mentioned Axe last game. I would still like to see them pick it up and maybe apply some more pressure to the Terrorblade in the early game. As a result, that kind of sounds like a Wings thing too.
Oh, they're gonna take out the Disruptor instead. I think Dazzle was great on his own right, but just against Necrofalls in particular, it just became a
And ET for the Weave.
Okay, that's fair too. And then once Terrorblade got AC on top of that, and they had what, Vlad's on the Faceless Void too. Yeah, there was just
Void.
So much armor.
And Solar and Lotus.
Yep, man, that
Pretty
Lotus.
Everything aside from Glimmer.
That Lotus was so big on I think a couple fights where it returned the Reaper Scythe. But in any case, we're on the second pick here for Wings, or second stage pick for Wings. I think they went DK in the last game in this spot, and they're gonna go back for it again.
Yeah, DK was also fine. Good tank versus Terrorblade. If he gets Chronoed, it's not the end of the world. He also, I think they should have killed Void a lot more though. I think like if he gets if Dragon Knight catches him out with Dragon Tail, he should die. But it was also because of the Dazzle. Like he saved Faceless Void on a couple of occasions where Faceless Void shouldn't dead rights.
Would you say if there's one weakness of the Wings lineup that we saw in last game is they didn't really have that much of a big burst from any one person? Like everybody have their own nukes and stuff, but it felt like a lot of time, especially going with the Necrofall strategy, that they didn't have, like, let's say a Finger of Death or Laguna Blade to zap one person for good and then just go for the quick kill.
They didn't, but they had a lot of Amplify with the Soul Catcher plus Natural Order,
Right.
And Roar locked them down as well. Inner Beast as a steroid, so I think it's okay. It wasn't ideal. I would say for a Necrophos draft, you want something like, as you mentioned, like a Lion would be great for them, but it was a small deficiency. I think the bigger problem was like Newbees, like the Timbersaw struggled a lot, and it also didn't have that much synergy with Nexus Void. Probably because he was so underfarmed, but Death Prophet, much more difficult to kill in the mid lane, much better match versus Dragon Knight, although I think Timbers is already pretty good, and yeah, more team fight.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, last time we saw so many ganks going towards the Timbersaw, those ganks are likely gonna be successful to the DP as well. Although I think the Dragon Knight's gonna start with much lower
Are
HP.
they? I don't think so.
I mean, if you get a disruption into collab, right?
Yeah, she died. Timber died the first time to Tail plus Elder Titan Stomp though.
Okay, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Okay, that's fair enough. And like you mentioned, the synergy of these three heroes are much better than Timbersaw instead of DP. You could Chrono on top of the DP to protect her even. Yeah. It's a great looking draft for Newbee so far.
I would even like to see maybe Wings take Dazzle for themselves.
And run ET as an offlane?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay.
But I think Dazzle needs to be addressed in some manner.
Yeah.
Or Lion. Lion's also okay versus Terrorblade Illusions. But I think I prefer Dazzle.
And
or more
Lion's,
minus armor.
Lion's taken out for Chuan.
Oh, it is?
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn to pick.
Guys, dude.
So, Fatal Bond versus Illusions, do they take extra damage? Like, does everyone bonded take, like, massive loads of damage?
I think it's just the initial source damage. I'm not positive on that, though.
Alright, let's look up Warlock, because that hero is...
So they have picked this hero 6 times in the last month,
remaining.
which is surprisingly a lot.
That's
They
a lot.
haven't picked it at NanYang yet, but the last draft that they had a Warlock that ran Riki, Clock, Warlock, Timbersaw, and they lost.
What did they run Warlock as? Carry or support?
Let's see. It looks like it is played by Ice Ice
Okay, so support.
in the jungle.
So, here's the thing. Fatal Bond spreads damage before it is reduced or amplified in any way on the receiving target.
Yeah.
So, it has very little interaction with the order as well as Soul Catcher, which on face would make this pick a lot weaker.
I think they've done a little bit with Riki, a little bit with Morphling, kind of just a little bit with Medusa. They seem to just like the hero.
Okay.
A little bit with Batrider, a little bit with Necrophos.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
5
anything.
seconds.
They
let
got
me
a they got a cute combo with the heal, and then you disrupt the person that's being healed, and then he comes out with a lot more HP.
Drop the rock in the Chronosphere.
Yeah,
or
there's that.
Upheaval during Chronosphere. Upheaval's sick, dude.
Upheaval is sick. Well, provided that you don't get Chrono or Silence, which is going to be a lot of ways to cancel that Upheaval. By
Yeah,
the way,
but Ice's positioning is generally pretty decent. Last game it was not that great, but Orlok's pretty easy in terms of the position.
yeah,
territory.
your range, your spells have like a billion range. By the way, I just want to make a quick correction. I think somebody in the BTS stream titled the stream to be a best of 3 grand finals. No, this is a best of 5 grand finals. Just to make sure that we are all on the same page. This is like game 2. Nobody's going to be going home just yet. And of course,
Okay, so they have the exact same lineup. So Death Prophet swapped out for
10 seconds
Timber.
remaining.
Timber. I don't know why they didn't ban Dazzle. I guess they didn't care about it.
5 seconds
See what
remaining.
Wings want to go for as the Shadow here.
so this is ET offlane,
Reserve
and I guess
time.
Warlock jungle.
10 seconds remaining.
Luna!
Dude, I like Luna a lot.
I
think
love Luna as well.
that was mega under.
This game is gonna be really, really fun. Like, Wings have so many of these like classic big LE ultimates. And I would say so many too, maybe with plus Elder Titan, but I can't wait for them beams to be dropping down.
I really like a carry with a lot of magic damage when you're dealing with the Terrorblade. They man out the Morphling shotgun, like extremely good at bringing down a Terrorblade. Luna with her Eclipse and Lucent Beam. That I also think Gyro is okay versus Terrorblade. Not amazing, but just okay. But I think having very damage source is very important when you're up against like huge amount of armor from Terrorblade and Dazzle. You do have the Elder Titans that can help with that, but different type of damage types is underrated.
I think they're also much more equipped to deal with the Dazzle as well. I mean, last game they were basically gunning for one person, right, with the Beastmaster as well as Necrophos. Now the damage is spread, and it's going to make Dazzle's job much harder, or perhaps multiple target that's going to be dropped fast.
Yes, they also have a hero to deal with the illusions. I think DK with his with like Mjolnir even, and the Splash. Oh, that's awkward. 2 heroes get split up and see each other. I think the Mjolnir is like decent, but I think the Luna Glaze are really good at dealing with the illusions.
That was just a trap though, because 2 people poured at top, and Fabian got off a deep ward.
The next little plays, man.
Yeah, man, that was like 2 TVs in a smoke, but worth, I guess. I mean, on the bottom side, it looks like Void was able to drop a couple of deep wards of his own. KP's gonna have a much easier time laning. Actually, never mind. Warlock plus Luna, like Warlock already has high damage, decent damage, and then you
Yeah, he's Void.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
laning wise.
Damage,
30
decent
seconds to pick.
attack animation, and good damage over time.
Yeah,
Level
and-
1 heal.
And then you give him the Lunar Blessing on top of that. Oof. Range truck. Alright, what color is it this time? It's still that same purple. Okay. So does anybody have Iron Talon purchased? Looks like nobody on the Radiant side has Iron Talon.
Battle begins.
And nobody on Dire has it either. We're back in like 2005 or 2015. KP gets stunned really hard and he drops relatively low.
Why is that? That's a self.
Yeah. Dragon Tail was forced to be picked up at level 1 though, so Blink's gonna have a tough time CSing against that Prophet.
It is quelling. No big deal.
I don't know, man.
Oh, and the D ward on top of lane. Nicely played.
I assume the Radiant dewarded Dire. I didn't see the actual deward.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're running a classic dual lane top here. A lot of kill power in this lane, but we're not gonna
What?
get too many kills.
Gonna kill people, dude.
Yeah.
They don't have any damage.
What? So catch or clap
They need levels.
after disruption and poisons on top. I'm just like naming spells right now. I mean, they're getting levels, right? They're not gonna get complete zoned out. I say that though. Kaka's gonna rotate around, but I think the mid lane is probably the lane that we want to be watch out for because DK is struggling right now. He's getting a couple CS, but he needs to pop himself.
It's all good. As you mentioned, the not having it at level 1 really hurts. I'm probably to breathe fire just to get a little bit more CS. I guess he's doing okay. It's 5-0 for him.
Alright, we get them stacks. This Astral Spear is gonna give a
Dude,
ton
he
of
has
damage.
plus 94.
Go, Fave! Give him the clap! Give him the chop!
Oh my
Hiya!
goodness.
Hiya!
That
Oh my
is
God.
so much damage.
Oof. Oh, he's stuck. No, he's not. He's gonna weave himself out of it. Meanwhile, Innocence coming from behind. He's gonna get off a disruption. Are they gonna actually fight this? Oh, Innocence might be in a lot of trouble. The clap's gonna come through, and that's gonna be enough to save. I think Innocence popping the Fairy Fire. He's still very low. He's gonna die. I think the Swan.
Did he
might
just
actually-
pop that tree to try and block it?
I'm not sure, but Fabian does get a counter kill. Pretty good. I mean, if you could trade 1 for 1, even though you gave up the first blood.
Chuan had some nice moves in the jungle to stop that 150 damage ET from beating on him.
Yeah. KP bottom lane doing alright himself. Got a couple of CS. Actually able to walk up to the Luna and give him a couple of knockdown here.
Yeah, he actually has a surprising amount of CS in this lane. I do not think he should have 8 CS in this 2-on-1 situation.
I mean, the thing about this lane is you might be good at zoning, but you have no threat of kill, right? So, you know,
I think he kill the Lucent Beam. Like Lucent Beam is a lot
guess
of damage.
jump.
He already used his self at the start. Yeah, you just right click him down. As soon as he backtracks, then you just time walk. You just beam him.
I guess the Creequilibrium was favorable to him.
Yeah.
I can't.
Or you can beam him, and if he time walks, you just get free right clicks on him. Like either way, it works out. He has a Bassi, so no reason that he shouldn't be casting the beam.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine any other way that the Void is able to get CS unless he, did have a good Creequilibrium helping him out. In any case, looks like Shadow Demon has abandoned top. The thing I liked about the dual lane is that X into a turret. Maybe Centaur Stomp will help him out. Oh.
Easy.
The Centaur War Stomp has forsaken him.
Taking a lot out of the safe lane every game.
Yeah.
Those large camps.
I wonder why they don't try to block it. I guess it is an easy D-ward, but at least make them.
They put it for bottom lane.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
is right. It's the trees. Nice.
KeyTV.
He blocked one and get the.
He'll have to jump. No, he's gonna get it. Oh, got him.
Got him.
So catcher, make him jump, dude.
Yeah, he's about to jump.
Yeah. FateBN having a lot of trouble again. Metamorphosis is pop. He's looking for the clap, and he didn't get off the clap, but now he's surrounded from all sides. Have to juke. He does have a fairy fire. He's gonna pop it, but I don't know where he's intended to juke. Gonna go down, and that's one more kill. That's so good for these supports. Dazzle and Kunko, they both need a ton of experience, and they're getting a bunch of it top.
Central up there.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower is under attack.
Well, I mean, the Wings early game last game was much stronger, and they remember they got a ton of towers with the Dragon Knight push.
Radiant's top
Yep.
tower is
They have
under
a better. Oh, I say that expecting the Luna to be better than Necrophos, or at least be played better.
Right. Well, it's just a different playstyle altogether.
Yeah.
I would make the argument that Necrophos early on, like just chomping people, allows you to push and sustain much better. But that game, well, we'll have to see. Dragon Knight catching himself back up. Still a good 8 CS behind, and wow, 9 denies behind, but it's expected for Mu to win this lane.
Yeah, that's about the CS that you'd expect, actually. So, no one really overperforming that lane. No one underperforming.
Yeah. Top lane
Dude,
here.
he's clubbing Kaka.
Yeah, he's going in, trying to go for the kill, but... And he is... I like the fact that he is being aggressive, especially against a tri lane. Because there's no metamorphosis, so he feels like he can be aggressive. And he does have the 2-2 build, which makes a lot more sense considering that he's looking to get that right-click damage up.
Well, in a sentry place, they will miss Observer Ward. That is
Blink.
on their high ground.
Super unlucky. There's an Invis and a Haste Rune both spawning, and for Mu, who is just gating straight up. Oh, there's gonna be a stomp, runs away from it, and body block. Ooh,
What a player.
Yeah.
What a team player right there. I mean, he's feeding them a lot on top, but he's making things happen, man.
I think FateBN might actually be the best player on this team. I see him consistently do well. Perhaps that's not a good thing to say after like he went 0-3 up top, but
He's just crazy.
yeah, he is crazy. He is a crazy man. He does like weird skill builds a lot of time as well. When you have when you think Wings, you think of crazy builds and crazy heroes. Like he is on the forefront of that, even though he's playing this
I
game.
think Shadow is so crazy.
Yeah.
Blink is like least crazy, I think.
But they need one stabilizing factor, right? No, you can't have the whole team to be crazy.
Why not?
I don't know. I could easily flame a team and be like, then you'll just be this team if everyone's crazy.
Oh, Dire, as you scan, will they pop out this smoke?
But that could
I
be
don't
DK.
That could be DK. That is DK. This is a crazy move too.
That's a nice scan, dude.
Oh
Ooh,
my!
double smoke, but they're not gonna run mid. They're gonna run south. Warlock. It's pretty a telling tale that Warlock is just the only one farming, but you know Luna technically could be jungling, right?
Yeah,
No.
they're looking for her.
Actually, I mean Luna doesn't have a jungling item.
Now they're going for Terrorblade.
How did die like twice that last game? You know, just kind of farming alone. They see him, but how did they lock him down? That clap needs to be on point. How is moving to the left, now moving south, running into tower range? No, actually there is no tower range. She's straight up juked them.
Radiant's bottom
He doesn't have a
tower
TP
is
though.
under attack.
They don't know where he is. And Luna has lost like a minute of farm time from all of this.
Dire's structures
Yep, and Newbee will be the first person to, or first team to knock down
Radiant's bottom
tower after the smokes. And Newbee connecting a lot more on their movements around the map.
Yeah, I mean, you say that Wings got the better draft compared to last game.
Yep.
I just feel like they're doing a lot less with this draft, though. I mean, we also have. bad
Big
hero
deal.
last game because it was up.
It allows on the towers without the turbo.
80 damage or whatever. The Dire team is leading quite. Out of
the chicken.
And so it it's
So I
just
haven't
really
seen this
big.
hero.
They like heroes by feel
Under attack.
because they
Structures
Non-existent.
are
That's super boring.
fortified. Make the dragon tails good. Radiant's
Well,
middle
no,
tower
actually,
is
Linux.
under attack.
Last game he was able to pick. It's like Beast's game around, not so much.
Standard.
That's why I'm in the jungle now with his Mask of Death. Adjusting the shadow a little bit. Last game we saw the immediate Aether lens. He's got a ring right now. Is he trying to work towards mech? Maybe?
Or staff rush?
Or staff? Okay, oh, mid lane Moo gets wrapped up. 2 TPs immediately. But not really successfully doing team over the other, you think? Which team farms faster?
Terrible farms of DK farms better DP. Still, I would. Say very easy.
Jumping right now.
Be the kill.
Yeah. It's not sticking around.
Popped, man. KP.
Woo. But Wings is gonna say, ready. We got Shadow giving. Let's plus that go. Pretty standard. Thunder's gonna fly out. Setting in, Hal is dropping so hard. He's got the Aegis as well, so Kaga's on the run. Dead, but looks like they're gonna leave the loot. Oh, triple kill on Hal. Like, okay, I'll just jump it. And he did. So, not looking too good there.
Yeah, that was. Newbee did it a little bit too quickly. Exorcism right as soon as they went in there. For needed to take down the road. So Wings did get there in time because of Warlock. Maybe they're buying back Warlock at that point, and also need a really good Spirit comes out so that they didn't get stopped, so they could immediately time on the Roshan.
Yeah,
disadvantageous position.
The Roche so fast that force kind of blinked where he probably was a bit ahead of his team, and that also a funnel point for the 3-man crowd. That was dirty.
They had a pretty good rock though,
but not for that long, right? It's one of those in a team fight. You're like, oh, I'm actually dying. Gotta. Or they kind of just.
I'm not sure. It was one-sided fight. I don't. I'm trying to think the interaction between Rum and Spirit. What happens if you? Sometimes it might not be that great to healing the full amount, but you're still taking the full damage. Let's say she will take 200 damage, but she takes 100 because of Rum, and then you heal up to 100.
Oh, I see. And then you take more later on.
Take more run because of that. So like if she's not top, or if she is topped off because of the spear siphon, then she's actually not. Like Rum is kind of hurting her.
I think in this game, even with that interaction, it's still pretty good because the AOE damage of Wings.
Oh yeah,
I think
it's great. It's a very minor point.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that an ultimate can hurt your team when it seems like a straight buff.
Oh, we do see. Oh, Blink just stunned something. There was something got X. Oh, it's Blink still. Warren's gonna miss on the front. Is that the real one? That is the real. Should find himself out of there. He does pop. He dragged back in. DK's gonna get stunned. Ice. Ice looking for the stun. He is gonna find it, but dropping low Blink. Not X just coming off cooldown. Like all the time. The Rock's gonna get back.
Dude,
so despite
he is crazy good.
It felt like he used it like 3 times in that fight.
I think he did.
I have no answer for this.
Yeah, Luna seems underwhelming right now.
If they don't want to get Chrono, it's gonna be good. Less a retreat Chrono, I think. And indeed, everybody on our side will retreat home. It's just too hard to actually like
kill the Terrorblade.
Duke, Thunder.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Is there a stage of the game where Luna will get big enough where she
Not
kills?
At this rate.
Okay, yeah.
But she so far is very fast. She went for Yasha over to drums, which I like because she really needs more damage so she can farm faster and get big enough to the point where somebody can kill these Terrorblade illusions.
Yeah, originally their goal is to kind of just use magic damage, but I feel like the way that Terrorblade is gaining items and HP, it's eclipsing the fact that the nukes are keeping up with it.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Eclipse is still pretty bad though against illusions.
Ideally, you get it taken out with like the Warlock ulti and like a Breathe 5, you know, but the problem is none of these heroes can really stand up to like the X, let alone actually start killing terribly.
Oh, run. No, they're not running, they're pushing. And I'm seeing a lot of disruption on Terra, but we're gonna see a lot of disruption onto Luna as well. This is combo that was been done a lot when Luna was more or less like more of a common pick. They are running at the tower. There's an X on Blink. Are they gonna fight with this? That's the question. Torn? Ooh, nice Torn on the back line. Looks like they're gonna try to stall the form, and that will be it. You know, also with the Luna illusions, your Shadow Demon could farm crazy fast. I haven't thought of it that way.
It's commonly the high ground, but they don't really last long enough for you to farm with them. Actually, they did buff it, right?
You get a camp and maybe a half.
Did they buff it? I'm pretty sure they buffed it.
Right now, yeah, they did. Right now, if you buff if you get 1 illusion of Luna, or 1 disruption of Luna, you can farm 1 with, which is pretty.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, they did buff 2 seconds.
I mean, if there's any point where Wings actually gets up to the Rex of Newbee, then I mean, Luna versus an open rack, that's like wolves on sheep, that kind of stuff.
What on sheep?
Wolves on sheep.
What's wolves?
Animal wolves.
Oh, wolves.
Whoa, god damn it then. Wolves. This is why I say things like IT. So I don't have to actually like have...
I didn't hear the L in there.
I bet. Wolves
like,
on
wolves?
sheep.
You can say wolves.
Wolves.
It's then just soften the F a little bit. So it sounds like a V.
I love it. This is like an English lesson from Ben to in the middle of a...
You gotta throw in the L, dude.
It's hard. You know, like for me...
You said it fine with wolves.
For R's and L's, that's difficult.
It is.
It's like how we say Sam's Crub, you know? Sometimes you just...
I know. I know from my mom. But you say wolf's fine is a thing.
Oh, so when I put the S, it's tough.
When I put the V, it's...
The V's, yeah.
Yeah. Wolves... Wolf. Wolves.
Wolf. Now I'm just saying WOOF.
Well, yeah, wolf. Yeah, I know. There's no L in there. You can't say the L.
Alright, we're getting a short pause. For viewers not joining us, this is a best of 5 game 2. With Newbee getting the good 0-1-0. And looking like to be a 2-0. Obviously, anything could happen in Dota 2, but they are definitely advantaged right now. The network shows about a 5k goal lead.
You can't call it about to be a 2-0.
I'm not calling it here, but I'm just saying it's looking advantage for Newbee. I did kind of just call it, huh?
You did.
Okay. But what I meant to say is they were ahead.
They are ahead.
So what's next on the line for the Luna farm train? Oh, mid lane, Blink's gonna get initiated on, and ooh, he is dying fast. The clap is gonna keep in place, but he's so slow because of the siphon.
Armor toggle.
Okay,
Oh,
but he's
X up again.
My god, this skill might need a nerf.
Dire's top tower
It's just too good.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't know if Luna was the best pick versus Terribly though, because when you reflect, you get the aura.
Oh, actually, that's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Shadow Demon illusions. Look at him farming. Pretty good.
Newbee's ball is just very strong right now. The X initiation is, you cannot get away from it. If you have a really good blink, you can, but
Yeah, I wonder if this is why like heroes like Juggernaut and Lifestealer might just be better. In terms
I think
of...
it's mostly like the Terribly Dazzle that they still don't have a good solution for.
Yeah. Well,
Like
it's a two-pronged problem, right? They can't fight into them, so they try to farm, but then
yeah,
that's
but
where...
they have to fight them.
Right. Well,
That's
when
what
they
this
try
whole
to farm,
patch is about.
X is gonna punish you. So
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, if you, yeah, they're just.
Yeah,
they're
X is so strong.
looking for a fight. Scepter is picked up on Elder Titan. Man, I want to say Innocence is, or sorry, Faith is less leveled than the Elder Titan it was last game, and that last game was a support Elder Titan. He's only level
Was it?
9.
It was about the same. He offlane and Beastmaster jungled.
Yeah. But I guess it just felt like it did more. The one thing that Wings is doing quite well is they're keeping up this ancient stacking thing going on. I really like this ward. Scepter's gonna pick up, he's sending right on top of ward, he's pinging it out, one's gonna hit him. He's gonna
Oh, surprise!
Ooh, but the ET ult? No, not gonna do anything. That's not even a surprise anymore, that's just like, oh. It would be more surprised if there was no X.
Yeah.
Shadow? 3,500. Is this a straight butterfly? Are we looking at Scotty or?
Straight butterfly helps you farm so fast. I think you go butterfly here. I don't know. He's gonna open himself with a no.
Yeah. I mean, there's no item you get that won't own you, right? Like.
BKB.
Okay.
He already has, or which he doesn't have yet.
I feel like the butterfly, even though more risky, is the item he needs to come back in this game. BKB is kind of like a. I hope we win fights.
It depends on when they want to fight. If they want to hold, or it depends on when he thinks Newbee's going to try and end the game. If they try to end the game with the next Roche, I think you get BKB. If you are confident that you can hold off their high ground push, if they're pushing high ground soon, then you can go butterfly into a BKB later. He is going butterfly.
Yeah. I would say Wings high ground is actually pretty impressive, right? You got Warlock ult, you got the Stomp, you got the Blink DK, and if you die too deep, you got Eclipse, so...
If TB tries to hit the tower, you can just disrupt him on Shadow Demon, and then he's kind of has to run away.
Yeah. Shadow trying his best to get the waves pushed out as well. That's one way to quote-unquote defend your base. To get the wave close to the enemy side, they have to deal with that split push.
They catch a glimpse of them with Observer Ward on.
Are we gonna have an X, Ben?
Yes. Definitely.
Oh, trying to run away. X. Now he's there.
Later.
I mean, to be fair, he would have died even if there's no X, but if you want to
Yeah,
drive
the DP score, he would have had a chance.
Yeah. Wait, I want to see how strong are the Shadow Demon's illusions?
75, I think.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, 75 times 2, and then times 1.5, and so
Yeah.
yeah, he owns like the stat-based carries.
Man, I just directly comparing the Man style illusion to Shadow Demon's illusion, it's just like night and day. Manta style illusion kind of suck.
Yeah, but you're not paying that much for it.
Yeah.
For Shadow Demon, you paid.
You paid a hero
skill. You paid a hero pick.
Alright, here comes the Roche. So, do you think that Newbee could breach high ground with Aegis?
Oh, yeah, they're trying to end the game right now. He's going for Diffuser Blade. Diffuser Blade is like a super stat up to damage item that you get when you want to end the game on Terror Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get enough to answer your question. Because like, there's not really another 3,000 gold item that will help siege on that. Great.
Also, they got 2 Diffuser Blades.
Yep. Doesn't work on Rock anymore.
It does not. No, I was about to say that. It's like maybe they think that it's this.
No, that changed so long ago. Or maybe they just haven't seen Warlock enough.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Warlock gets. Oh, Wings did play 8 times last month, or was it 5 times last month?
I don't think any of them were versus Newbee though.
No, they weren't. By the way, Blink needs his BKB before the final siege, because they are not holding high ground without BKB on the DK.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll have time though, and they definitely won't have BKB on Shadow push in 2 minutes.
But them Luna illusions with Shadow Demon, keeping the wave pushed out.
Yeah, that's also a good way to defend high ground, and like combine that with Manta. It actually might be preoccupied top for a while. Got looking for a stray Shadow.
Looking for an X.
He has night vision OP. Alright, you scan. Oh my.
That was pretty close.
That was very close.
Shadow's got his butterfly now, and
He needs BKB though. Farm.
there's no more delaying it, right? Like, we don't get a Scotty.
I don't think it's Scotty.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, how greedy can you get? This is kind of question I'm asking.
I'm not sure. This is a tough question.
It feels like they're in a position where, oh, here it comes. Everything on top, and they're gonna try to wreck him down. Yes, they will. The bolt's gonna come in. Wait, what happened?
He heals himself.
Oh my god, they're gonna turn it around, getting some. Well, now all of those are used. They need to run. He's dropping pretty low. Where's the Terrorblade? Terrorblade's coming on the left side. Shadow. Thankfully, he's not getting exit. Clap's gonna hit. Down. This is gone. I'm dead. They don't have to out here. Good.
Still, Wings signing that opportunity, and that Yule saving that profit. He held on just to the exact last second. However, where are her eyes? Oh, she committed for BKB this way. What, Wolf? Wolves.
Has fallen.
Yeah, Luna is actually getting really strong.
No.
That's such a funny sight.
Look at like easy. That's sir.
Yeah, the delays. And they have the Terrorblade diffuseling himself too.
Of the last fight. Do you just go? Yeah.
I think Hurricane Pike might be decent.
Interesting.
Right, the Terrorblade, break a link, and Death Prophet.
You could act it.
Yeah, I still think BB's better though.
Let's see.
I think it's kind of warranted versus Reflection, but also for Spirit Siphon boat, it's all pretty good. Kiri has enough armor to deal with Weave, can tank up Terrorblade a decent amount, because Terrorblade is not going to get MKB anytime soon. So... I don't know. It could be like, if you were super YOLO, you could get like Mask of Madness.
Oh, I think... go next year. There's no way for some super janky like right?
If Silver Edge were good, then maybe, but it's not good this game.
Under attack.
That's super janky, dude.
I
think choices are like AC, BKB,
Dire's top tower
White
is under
C.
attack.
Oh, just help versus. Prefer HOD though. Like HOD, BKB are like amongst the top. Scotty is, or Scotty's like right below that, and then below that like AC / crit. But sounds like it might go.
good.
How good is the what?
Is all.
Not very good.
He's thinking for Terrorblade. Good point.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good, but I also don't play Elder Titan often. It just seems like if you're getting hit by the ults, you generally use die afterwards. But it might be pretty good versus the illusions.
I mean, quite asking does spot out.
Yeah. It's useless for a profit, which you think is a big deal. And he has BKB on how anyways. Does this arm go through BKB?
Pretty no.
Does it? I know the ult does, but I don't know if this arm does.
So
I've seen it a couple of times, but not really in interaction. Let me see how the arm is. It places the Arc Splitter Scepter debuff instead of the Splitter debuff. The debuff storms as on console and default and the Scepter debuff stack with each other. Splitter dispellable with any dispel, or Splitter Scepter dispellable with any dispel. So he can just hit it.
yeah. What? Pull down Houston.
Okay, so if Manta is on cooldown and BKB is used and he gets hit by it, then it's useful. And he falls after. I'd rather have a halberd. Halberd's like very reliable.
Yes. Zero evasion. Shadow actually have the Scotty.
But he doesn't have BKB, and he doesn't have a support team around him like a Dazzle plus Chrono.
I mean, maybe. It's got Blink as well.
This Death Prophet is actually not that farmed though. You'd expect her to have like, Shivas and even some of her Octarine by now.
My dad's dead. All the KBs. What's gonna shadow any? And then what he's and just out of the
Dude, they got owned by Rum. I can't believe this. They've died this many times because of the staying too long. It's like, oh, Rum. Oh no, my HP. It's almost exactly the timing that it happens. It's like right after the BKBs are down and Rum to wear off, and they just all die.
Yeah. And well, for this the 5-1. Hey.
Luna did a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it.
She still stayed alive long enough for it to do a significant amount of damage, and her right click was really good at dealing with Terrorblade and the illusions. But Blink with the nice stun on the Chuan. They need that weave. They need that grave. didn't get any. That was also great chrono from KP. He only got the Elder Titan, and it was on the far edge that terribly couldn't actually burst him down. And he did get his first right before he got chrono.
He got two out there.
Oh, he did? Okay, I didn't see. I thought it just got the... okay.
Reflection was a little easy enough fight. Here's the theory. Okay, he's not the carry. Shadow is the carry. Such that as possible. Shoot this up, man. Damage.
Not a crazy theory. So he has mask now. Screw BKB.
Yeah.
HOD all the way. Actually, still would not be surprised to see him go mask commander.
Actually, does he? Like,
yeah.
there were...
I think he can combine. I guess the Luna doesn't have the support team defensively, but she does have the support team offensively with the Fatal Bonds and the Natural Order.
Yeah.
And the Soul Catcher, like all these spells add up. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! They're gonna lose their T3.
Whoa!
Wolves!
Wolves!
Bro, Luke, top of the hill at least.
More times.
Butterfly OP, man.
Soon we'll set up to your right. Where are you going?
Dude, look at our HP. That's fine. Dude, this is gonna be a free range rack. Hero there. This is crazy.
I'm you should carry this one.
Oh, Chuan's actually gonna. Oh my god, Chuan died.
I'm setting the jump. Nope. They won't. Not hit. Actually, oh my god, bolt. Come on, back. Come on, dude. Here. Oh, damn. Illusion. Okay, down triple for shot. This one. For a long here. I want to say if they could kind of feed a little bit.
Wolves. He regrets the diffusal blade pick.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
KB.
It's just a second.
What a way to lose the game. That's great.
Great.
Butterfly was the build. Butterfly Scotty was the build.
Who is in the series is not